Happy Sunday, everybody. How you all doing? Well, I just woke up from the greatest nap ever. So if I look a little dazed and confused, I had one of those really deep, I was probably snoring naps. I don't know what happened. So I decided that I was defrosting chicken and I forgot about it. So I drained the chicken because they were all individually frozen, and I patted them down, and I want to make some cinnamon chicken. Have you ever heard of that? I made it once a long time ago. It's super easy, low carb, and what I have in my pan here, I'm going to sear it first. What I have is just a dollop of butter and some olive oil. So I'm going to fry these up just enough to brown them, and then I'll show you the next process. Okay, so while the chicken, actually, if you can see it, it's already been browned, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the spices. So the first thing I'm going to do is use Italian seasoning mix. And I get this at Aldi, they're like 50 cents. So tearing the whole thing off and then putting it in a plate. And there's a lot of salt in here, seasonings in here. So that's another reason why you don't need to salt and pepper the chicken while you're sauteing it. I'm just going to sprinkle a little pepper in there. I'm not even going to measure it. I'm going to eyeball that. But I am going to do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then I'm going to do my cinnamon. I'm going to do about a tablespoon. I know it sounds like a lot, but let's do it. Okay. So what I do with this is I mix. Oh, it smells so good. The cinnamon just really sets it off. So I'm going to mix all this up in my plate like this. And then I'm going to sprinkle this on top of the chicken. Now, what I think I'll do, I just have a bunch of little chicken, and normally I like to dab the chicken in here, but it's got a lot of butter and olive oil on it. So what I like to do is I have a 9x13 pan, and I'm going to take some of this mixture and I'm just going to sprinkle it on the bottom of the pan, just like this. Sorry, I'm kind of covering it. Sorry. Okay. Then I'm going to take the chicken and I am just going to lay these chicken pieces right on top like this. Now don't discard all this juice and butter and olive oil, because that's the good stuff. Telling you. Oh, just enough room. I was wondering if they were all going to fit in here. Perfect. Okay, not yet. Put this back. Then I'm going to take the remainder of this. I'm just going to sprinkle it all over chicken. And we don't want to go too much. Like if you have some left over, that's fine, because you don't want to over salt it. It kind of depends on how much chicken you have. Excuse me. How much chicken you have, because you don't want it to be too salty. So it looks like I had a little left. I'm fine with that. So then I'm going to take, sorry, I'm all over the place. Like I said, I just woke up from a nap. I'm going to take all this goodness right here and pour it over the chicken. This is olive oil and butter that I sauteed it in. Ah, so good. All right. So my oven's been preheating for about 5 minutes, but it's at 400 now, and that's where you want it at. I'm going to put this in the oven for 400 for about 25 minutes. Insert a meat thermometer, make sure it's at least at 165 before you take it out. So we'll try it in a little bit. Okay, friends, here's the chicken. The house smells so good. So I am putting the thermometer in here. Oh yeah, they are definitely done. We were looking at, 175. Hopefully I didn't overcook them. I'm gonna let them sit for a little bit before I put some on a plate. But before that, I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm gonna take some of the juices and just pour it over the top. So when you have a minute, do that while it's kind of based and adds all, remember the stuff that was being cooked in was butter and olive oil, and that is just so good. So just take a little of your time, you're in no rush, and pour it over there. If you have one of the little turkey basters, that might work better if the spices don't get stuck in the baster. And just pour it over a little bit and then let it set, I would say, for about 10 minutes. And then I will cut open a piece and we will try it. I cut into it. It is so juicy and so good. And I only had to cook it for about 15 minutes at the 400-degree oven. It's very tender. And let's give it a whirl. Never gets old. That is so good. It's really different. What this would be really good in is cold in the salad too, because the cinnamon gives it just a hint of sweetness. Like you almost want it sweeter, but it's chicken. You don't want it too sweet. Really good. Try this recipe. Hope you had a blessed day. And thanks for putting up with me after I took a nap. I'm probably going to be up all night now. Love you all.